Good morning, everyone. Today is 16th July, Saturday, and we are discussing the Hindu. On the front page, we have a news about National Institutional Ranking Framework (NIRF). Ministry of Education has just released a ranking of India's institutions, higher education institutions. This is the seventh edition of such ranking. This ranking is given for colleges, universities, research institutions, and this is given for 7 subject domains. The ministry has taken a decision that from now on, the two accreditation systems, NAAC, NAC, and NBA, will be merged, and it will become mandatory for all the institutions to go through such a ranking to get funded by the government. And government is also saying that a similar ranking system will be developed for the accreditation of schools as well. Moving forward, we have a news from Northeast again. In yesterday's newspaper, we have a news related to Assam and Meghalaya border. Assam and Meghalaya have settled their border disputes, and similar framework is being now adopted by Assam and Arunachal, and they have agreed to realign their borders based upon 1960 papers. On editorial page, we do not have any such important editorials, but there is a very important term here, Eurocentrism or Eurocentrism. This is a very important topic for IR. If we see, as the author is defining, Eurocentrism is the domination of European countries and their ability to shape the world in their own image. We have seen that for very long, countries like France, Britain have colonized most of the world, and they were deciding the world policies. But with the rise of USA and later with the rise of countries like India and China and such other countries, the dominance of Europe has reduced. But because of this Ukraine war, European countries are again remilitarizing themselves. They're strengthening NATO and EU alliances, and they are trying now again to decide the shape of the world. Author is also talking about the implications it can have on countries like India. Of course, it will not be good because multilateralism has helped countries like India, countries like China, which have grown in a world where power is not centralized but divided among various countries. This article is about rising current account deficit and fiscal problems. It's a very interesting line here. I think you should read this and try to understand only if you have covered your economics before. The article is talking about the vicious circle of import and falling rupees. So this can be explained by what's happening. We have some costlier inelastic imports of oil. Inelastic import of oil means we are dependent upon oil. We cannot cut it down. It's not elastic. The amount of oil that we need, we have to buy it in any case. So as our demand for oil is increasing, our current account deficit is also increasing. As our current account deficit is increasing, our rupee is falling, and as our rupee is falling, our imports are getting costlier. So costlier imports leading to current account deficit leading to rupees falling of rupees leading to costlier import. So this is creating a vicious circle. So other two articles are not that important and can be left. Moving forward, we have a news regarding unvaccinated children, the rising number of unvaccinated children. Recent data published by WHO and UNICEF is saying that the number of children who are not vaccinated by DTP, diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis vaccine has doubled in recent past 2 years. India has launched a very successful campaign under intensified mission in the Dhanush scheme to vaccinate children. It has been successful, but because of pandemic and all, it has become a little sluggish, and it's a cause of worry for us. On the world page, we have a news regarding SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The organization is looking forward to add new members. The next new members will be Iran and Belarus. Currently, China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, India, and Pakistan are members of this organization. Two more new additions will happen. The next news is about the meeting between Joe Biden and Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia. The American president was previously very critical of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia because of their human rights violations, but because of the situations like rise of Iran, like increasing oil prices, etc., US president is now forced to talk to Saudi Arabia, although he seems that he's not very happy with it. Riyadh, that is Saudi Arabia, has opened its airspace for Israel. In one of the editorials, we have discussed in detail that how Israel and Saudi Arabia had a very bad relationship for a very long time. But now it seems because of the rise of Iran, the relationship between Israel and Saudi Arabia is improving, and the signals has been sent by Saudi Arabia by allowing the Israeli flights to go over its airspace. It's a very important news coming from USA. USA has a provision which is known as CAATSA sanctions. Under this, USA bans any country to have or purchase defense equipments from American adversaries. Under this sanctions, India was prohibited from buying S-400 missiles from Russia. USA has decided that India is a very important ally of USA, and they have given a special waiver that India can buy S-400 missiles from Russia. US will not impose any kind of sanctions. The next article is important for IR and economics. The World Trade Organization has rules that if any country has procured goods on subsidies, they cannot sell those food or food grains into the international market because it is considered as trade distorting. But India is saying that because many of the countries are facing food shortages, WTO should allow India to export food grains from its public stock holdings. That's the news today. We will meet again tomorrow. I hope you liked the analysis. Take care. Goodbye.